out your car, John John. Who the fuck is John John?
Did you tell me your name?
That was a big five.
Now this shit, now Instagram not even working.
It's okay, my friend, that I want to step up there if I'm not supposed to.
Good night. Okay. Bear with me for 1 second. Alright, here we go.
I'm trying not to talk towards you.
Alright, y'all go ahead and clap it up. Before we begin, does anybody got any questions, any comments, any statements, anything that happened throughout the week? Anything to bring out, understand, show how much our oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of? I've been cooped up in a group home working for the whole week, so I ain't really had no interactions with no devil, so I ain't really got no story. But I know y'all out here, you know, shopping, spending money, and living amongst these devils. It gotta be something, you understand? You got something to say?
I'm having an issue today, and this the bad part is sometimes it's like the devil, sometimes it's our own people.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been through a lot of consternation today because I'm being patient, I'm being faithful. I know they kind of messed up sometimes in their mind, having all kind of like demons on them.
Right.
So, I know the scripture where it says if your brother, transgress you, you're supposed to give him 70 times. 70 times.
It just means forever.
Forever.
Right.
And I'm doing that. I guess my question would be like, I think I'm pretty good with feeding people with a long handled spoon and operating with this world, whether it's our people or them, like I just need a little bit of guidance because like, be honest, sometimes I feel like just snapping and cussing so the hell out. That's my problem. Right. I'm hard-headed. I understand that.
So is it like a particular instance or a particular person, or you just saying in general? Like, so
with the oppressor, I can understand with them because they're gonna be exactly who the hell they are. And I see like. It's little simple shit with them. Like they hate being called Caucasian. They hate being called Edomites. They hate seeing like when I walk out and I have my head wrapped. I get strange looks and everything. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel most beautiful like this. I think this is the natural state.
Right.
So I don't blame them so much because I feel like they're gonna be exactly who the hell they're supposed to be. I don't have high expectations for them. I don't have high expectations for our people. But it's times like. In my slave, when I'm trying to even help people, our sisters, you know what I'm saying? It's times I'm trying to help our sisters. And it's like, sometimes like they act like you're not trying to help them, you're trying to hurt them. And they make it more difficult for me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to go and help them. And it's the same thing like with Christians, they do the same shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're trying to help them.
Right. So,
and they just make shit up. I'll be like, I'm tired of dealing with y'all.
So sisters, brothers, initially in the world, you understand? You want to help them. You want to bring the truth to them, or you understand? You want to bring them closer to God initially, and they feel as if you bringing them closer to God is a problem to them, like you trying to hurt them.
Even when you set yourself up in this example, even when you set yourself up an example and trying to live righteously, like people around they can't say they don't see me transgress, don't, you know what I'm saying? It ain't no nothing like that. But just even trying to be a stand-up person, an honest person, somebody take accountability. Our people don't like accountability. It's always that finger and pointing to somebody else. And that it's for me, it just gets real tiresome.
It's tiring. Yeah, no sweat. Give me, brother, if you could, give me James 1 and 18, or it's either 1 and 18 or 1 and 19. Give me that first. But, first and foremost, you got to understand that that's the predicament you put yourself in by coming up in this truth. It's the lifestyle that you choose to live. Like the same way Christians choose to live a lifestyle, and you tell a Christian, if you choose to be a Christian, you're going to have to go through this, you're going to have to do this, you're going to have to submit to this, you understand, kind of lifestyle. You're going to have to love everybody. You're going to have to be okay with certain things. It's the same thing when you come here and being tired of something because your people don't want to listen to the truth and they don't want to serve God is one of those things. It's going to happen. It's going to continue to happen. You understand, until Christ comes back. You understand, and make everybody follow up under him and follow the Most High. You understand? But when it comes to just everyday living, your friends, your co-workers, trying to be a role model to them, you got to remember that everybody is not going to come into the truth. That's like a hard pill to swallow when you're in the truth. Because when you're in the truth, of course, you found out this, you found out, wow, life can be beautiful. Christ is a black man. God is black. You understand? The children of Israel are blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, and we got strong brothers and this, and you want to tell your friends, like, yo, you don't need to mess with Day Day and Daquan and them on the block. There's brothers in this school, you should come in here and look at the Passover. Like, just come to the Passover. I'll pay you $100 to come to the Passover. And of course, they don't believe you. You understand? They'd rather live with Daquan or be a whore out there on the street. And that makes you angry. It makes you feel some type of way because in your heart, you really just want to help them. You really just want to see your sis with a priest and prophet of the Lord so she don't have to get beat on no more. You tired of her calling you, telling her about these problems, and then you like, well, sis, you understand? He leaving you. Why do you keep going back to him? Why don't you just come to class and change your life and get yourself a man where you won't be beat on no more? I'm tired of having these phone calls, but she don't want to listen. You understand? You got one choice. You got one or two choices, and this was something that I had to understand is that the Lord gonna call for many, but only a few gonna be chosen.
That's right.
Everybody in the nation of Israel won't be chosen. Everybody won't get that crown on their head. Everybody won't be a wife to a priest and prophet in the new kingdom. There will be the low of the nation of Israel. And sometimes your friends, your closest friends, your co-workers, or even your family members will be that low of the nation of Israel. They'll be those people. You understand? But you gotta be, that doesn't mean change how you are. That don't mean change your discipline. You understand? Because they're not trying to hear you. You gotta be the type of person who, at the end of the day, you stand true to what you know. You understand? And what you know is discipline. You can't get angry with them. You understand? You can't get mad at them, especially with brothers. You can't go and try to fight them because they don't want to hear the truth or they don't want to come to class. At some point, you got to understand, you can't cast your pearls on the swine. You understand? You keep talking to a brother or sister and they not hearing you. They just, those are the swine that you casting your pearls out to. Well, you should keep them jewels to yourself. You understand? You should save your time and your energy because you'll find out that you'll get very old. You understand? Very quickly, trying to keep teaching someone who is not trying to, receive what you're trying to say. You understand? You tell a brother or a sister come to class, once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times, and they just always giving you some excuse. You understand? There's another brother in this world who will come to class. You should go find him. You understand? You should say whatever energy it takes for you to keep talking to this sister or keep talking to this brother, you should go find that other brother. Use that energy to find somebody else because maybe the Lord wants that brother and he don't want this one.
That's right.
You understand? But give me James 1 and 19.
The book of James, chapter 1 to verse 19. Mm-hmm. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath.
Let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, and slow to wrath. You understand? Meaning, you gotta listen more than you talk. Sometimes the greatest, attribute a man can have is someone who knows how to shut his damn mouth.
That's right.
You understand?
That's right.
When he needs to be quiet, he should be quiet. You understand? Someone who doesn't need to speak shouldn't speak. And you should also be slow to wrath. You should be able to go out in this world and deal with these brothers and these devils.
Right.
You understand? And be, slow to getting angry with them. You understand? Like, you should be able to take a lot. As long as I'm not saying like be a Christian.
Right.
I'm not saying, some white woman at your job comes and spits on your face and smacks you in the mouth and you gotta turn the other cheek. I'm not saying that. You understand? That's why I say slow to rap. But things like someone talking bad about you or talking bad about the truth or not wanting to hear what you gotta say, you say, all right, no sweat, sis. No sweat. Facebook debates, you understand? They want to keep going back. You just keep saying something very simple to them. They don't want to answer it. You see, I know a lot of us, we be getting mad at them Facebook debates. You be like, yo, so who is Esau? And they go around and they start talking about Abraham and Noah. You be like, nigga posted a whole 10-paragraph statement. I asked you who the hell was Esau. You ain't answered. You understand? You slam your computer because you're mad because you want to get your point across and you want to cut this brother so bad. But sometimes it's better just to say, no sweat. You understand? I'll see you in whenever.
Damn right.
You understand? I'm going to have my crown. I'm going to be up in them chariots watching over the lake of fire. You understand? And I'll be up there. I'll be good with the Most High. You understand? And you'll do whatever you want to do because, of course, you can do whatever you want to do.
Right.
You don't got to come here. You don't have to come into the truth, sis. I mean, you can have your husband and get beat on. You can do that. That's what you choose to do. You can go be a trap queen for Daquan or Lil John. You can do that too. Or you can be like us and serve the Lord. You understand? And that's what that's the problem with most Christians and most brothers and sisters in the world. Is the truth is they don't really have a problem with what you're saying. They have a problem with being obedient to them.
That's right.
You understand? And that's just the case. Read that one more time.
The book of John, it's like the book of James, chapter 1, verse 19. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, slow to wrath.
Be slow to wrath. Just remember that. Be slow to wrath. You understand? There's a time, everything's well. There's a time for everything. There's a time for wrath to come.
That's right.
You understand? You got children and you know when that them times is. Someone try to kidnap your child. Like who's seen that video with the brother on the train? His girl, the white dude in New York, actually, white dude trying to tap the girl I'm gonna assume it's her man, because she was sleeping on him. You understand, on his shoulder. White dude, trying to tap the girl, trying to get him to wake up so he can kidnap her. She waking up out of her sleep like, what? You understand? Next thing you know, this Edomite, you understand, when the train stops and the doors open, what you got?
So I'm not sure if he's an Edomite.
No.
He's really like.
Oh, no sweat. Even if he don't change it, not a damn thing for me.
Come on.
You understand? I don't care if he was blacker than Christ. His brother, you understand, whatever it was, decided to grab the sis or the woman, you understand, and like drag her out the train. You understand? That's one thing. You try to grab the sis that I'm with, or my rib, or my sister, while you with me. You understand? That's a time for wrath.
Right.
That's not a time for me to stand up and just go to politic with you while you holding her, dragging her away. Like, hold on, brother, what you doing? You shouldn't be doing that, brother. That's not what Christ would do. You understand why he's steady, about to go sell her to sex trafficking or something like that. You understand? But that just goes to show you why brothers need to stop being high and drunkards. You understand? Because when we so high, we too weak to be a soldier when we need to be. You understand what you got, sis?
So like that same gentleman, he was the one that was high. His son actually came on and posted, and he got a little bit of retribution before noon that day. That's the same neighborhood my sister lives in. And it was.
Wait, what? So what happened? What's going on? You said
he got a little piece of retribution before noon on that day.
What do you mean by that?
The brothers in that neighborhood actually saw him. He had changed his clothes. His son had actually gone live and said, "Yeah, that was my dad. Yeah, he did it. I ain't got nothing to do with him." And I see him.
The brother who tried to pick the girl. Okay,
up.
I'm thinking you talking about.
The boyfriend. He was a little weak.
Yeah, he was.
He had no shoes on. She kept saying it was him. He was still sitting there like, "Ooh."
You know, he knew exactly what he was talking
man,
about.
that's crazy. That's crazy. I hope she made a. It was like, bruh, like you can't protect me. Like somebody gonna snatch me right off the train, and you gonna sit there and look at them snatch me. You ain't gonna say nothing.
Hey, but I guarantee you would have been a sis trying to tell her, look, there's some real niggas in the U.P.K.
Right.
But she would not want to go to class. You understand? But again, even with that situation, man, you gotta be slow to wrath. But it is certain situations where wrath is necessary.
Right.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been able to make it out that train. He wouldn't even been able to touch it, really. You understand? The second the movement came for him to even grab her, it'd have been a problem. I would have stepped to him. I would have met him halfway before he even got there. You understand? There's certain things that shouldn't be allowed to happen, and that's definitely one of them. But back on topic, let me get Romans 12:10. Unless we got anything else, any other questions, anything else. If not, let's go to the next. Glad this Christmas spirit is getting out of the air, man.
Damn right.
Yeah, you understand? What you got, sis?
Oh no, I was agreeing with you.
Oh,
that was like,
okay, yeah, most of them Christ.
That's
That Christmas spirit, man, is a demon in itself, man. That Christmas spirit. Jeremiah said it best. He said, "You out there struggling to say I don't celebrate Christmas,
Right.
like brother." You be at Walmart, bought went in there for a candle or something, you understand? And they be like, "Happy holidays, Merry Christmas." You be like, Merry. Ah man, I ignore the hell out of you, man. I don't say nothing. They be thinking I'm rude as hell. Until I remember I went where I stay, I went to the Family Dollar, and first time I went in there, they said Happy Holidays, and I just ignored the hell out of it and walked out. Came back again, and they said, they was like, I hope you have a Merry Christmas. Did the same thing. When I came back in there, what was it yesterday or a couple of days ago? It was a sis. No, it was a sis in there. She was like, "Why you always ignore us when we say Merry Christmas?" I'm like, "I don't celebrate these holidays." She's like, "Oh, I see. Well, you don't gotta be so rude." I wanted to say something rude back, but again, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just be like, "I ain't sweat, sis. You understand? I hope you have a good day. You understand what you got?"
Because they don't realize that it's offensive. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That what they think is cool is offensive. And even for my slave, like I can't say happy, none of that, but I was like, "You as well, thank you so much."
Mm-hmm.
The same way how when rude customers call and they mad about something, I would say thank you for your consideration, knowing that the least considerate person on earth.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think like I even struggle with that, as far as like this lady stressing me out. I'm saying it is what it is, but it's like dealing with these people on a day-to-day basis, knowing and just looking at them, and everybody's lost.
Right.
It's stressful.
And
That's why I love y'all brothers and sisters.
Most high in Christ.
Like y'all keep my sanity. That's why I'm able to maintain.
And that's exactly what I was getting ready to say. You understand? Because when you go out here in the world, of course, you're dealing with that every day. So that's why it's so important to come back to your brothers and to your sisters.
Right.
It's so important because you understand when you're dealing with the world, you got to understand that Satan, the devil, wants you back. Don't ever think that just because you're in here, you're safe. You understand? The world wants you back. They want you back out there smoking weed, selling drugs, being a whore. You understand? In the strip club, getting tattoos, eating pork, celebrating Christmas. The world wants you back. Your family members would be pleased and appalled to say that you dropped your sword and that you left that cult and you back out here and you looking for a good Christian man.
Yeah, right.
Your grandparents and your mothers would be just so the happiest people on earth.
Right.
You understand? Regardless if you never find that Christian man and every man you deal with is a low-key homosexual and beats on you, they'll be happy just that you left this cult, you understand? To go back and join with them. So you gotta remember when you go out in the world, coming back to the truth, you understand, being around the truth, that's something that will keep you grounded in the truth. It's something that you allow your roots to grow deeper and deeper and deeper every time you go to a class, every time you call a sister up, every time you have a question, every time you go on the Bible and say, let me get a breakdown on this scripture. Every time you do those types of things, your roots grow deeper. So when that henchman come, when that axe come to take you out, you understand, your roots is deep. Even if you get cut on something, even something happens, your roots is so deep that you're gonna keep coming back. That's like the parable of the sower. You understand? Where you had some of the seeds fell by the wayside on the road, they didn't have no roots. So when the fowls in the air came to just pluck them up, they didn't have nothing that made them say, let me go to Officer Thabawan and see about this. You understand? Let me go to Officer Mahaya and ask about this before I just leave the truth.
Right.
You understand? And then you had some that fell on the rocks. They started to sprout up, meaning they was interested. They loved the truth.
Right.
You understand? But they didn't have roots. They didn't have roots. So the first thing that cut them, they was gone. They fell off the rock. They ain't have nothing else gonna keep nurturing them, keep growing them. So they leave too. And then you have the ones in the thorns and the bushes. When they grow and they get choked out by the world. You understand? They were just weak. Those are weak men. You understand? Those who get choked out, I'm coming to you. Those who get choked out by those thorns, those are weak brothers and weak sisters who allow them not wanting to be hated by the world and them not being able to see Christmas and the Christmas trees and seeing the Thanksgiving dinners and seeing holidays and seeing the 4th of July and them not being able to say, you know what? To hell with that Christmas tree.
Right.
I mean, ignore that goddamn Christmas tree.
Right.
To hell with me not seeing a gift for me under that tree, because your parents would do that to you. They'll do that to you every day. You understand? My grandma does it to me every goddamn day. It can be December 2nd. I'd be like, yo, grandma, you see these Apple AirPods? They on sale. I need them like right now. She'll be like, but you don't celebrate Christmas? I ain't saying goddamn Christmas. I said I need an AirPod. I don't give a damn about no Christmas.
Right.
But they'll do it. You understand? That's why I say the world wants you back. Because if I was to say, I left the cult, grandma, them crazy. I don't talk to them no more, man. You know, I thought they was true, but now I'm ready to celebrate Christmas. She would have went online. How many you want?
Right.
You want 6 pair of the same goddamn headphones? I'm gonna get them. You understand? Because Satan always wants you back. And they'll use different devices to get you back. That's why coming back in here, it just make you be like, you know what? F the white man more and more. F Christmas more and more. F the ways of the world more and more. Because you always gonna see these other brothers who's doing the same thing.
That's right.
You're gonna see these other brothers and these other sisters that's going through the same thing, still here. You understand? And when you see that brothers are still here, that's just gonna, keep you deeply rooted in truth. What you got, Mario?
So like what you're saying is like it's so heavy, man. It's like, and especially around these holiday times, it's like that be when the pressure pick up.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's what we doing goes against the fabric of reality. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everyone else in the whole world, they see each other. You know what I'm saying? Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Right. And then they see us I.S.U.P.K people, and they like,
it's us.
Yeah, you know what I mean, and they don't get that same energy in return. It's like people hate that. And I didn't even notice it as my slave. Like, I had one employee, this devil, she got upset with the fact that I didn't celebrate Christmas, and I had asked them if they could turn off the damn holiday song. They would play the damn Christmas song a week before Christmas. I'm like, good night. I'm like, can we listen to something else? You know what I'm saying? We listened to like 3 days. Christmas ain't even here yet. You know what I mean? She got upset with the fact that I even complained, but I wanted to pull a precept for you. You know what I'm saying? If you too out with that Baba Kashar.
What John 15 and 19?
No, lie.
I had you. All right, come on.
I do, but
come on with it.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 6 and verse 11.
Okay, come on.
put on the whole armor of the power.
Put on the whole armor of the power. You
That's
understand? This is very heavy precept. Go ahead.
That ye may be able to stand against the wills of the devil. Verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
So we don't wrestle against family. We don't wrestle against you. You like when my grandma was saying, you understand, you don't celebrate Christmas. That wasn't a battle between me and her. It wasn't personal. She doesn't know why she said that. She doesn't understand in her head. She doesn't understand that you've been buying me stuff for Christmas my whole life. You weren't buying it for Christmas. You bought it for me. You understand? You didn't buy it so you could put it under the tree and leave it under the goddamn tree and let the tree have it. You bought it so I can have the headphones every year. Right. So you don't understand. She wouldn't ask herself, why won't I do the same thing I've been doing for all of these years? Just because his belief system has changed.
That's right.
Why will I not get him something he wants? You understand? All that I've been doing this all, and I can do it.
Right.
You know, I can do it. It's not like it's gonna hurt me.
Right.
I just don't. She doesn't understand it because it's not about me and her. She's not saying, "Nah, you've been bad. Oh, no, you don't deserve these things."
Right.
She's not saying that because it's about flesh and blood. She's saying it because, keep reading.
But against principalities.
But because we fighting against principalities.
That's right.
We fighting against this society. We fighting against the ways of this world.
What?
You understand that she doesn't understand that she's just another tactic for the white man.
Damn right.
She's just another drone, you understand, for the white man to be used at his leisure. You understand? The white man will love my grandmother because my grandmother will be a force for his, you understand, for what he wants to happen. He wants us to celebrate Christmas.
Right.
And my grandma will help him make sure that all of her seeds and her generations will celebrate Christmas so that we can continue to be slaves here in America.
Right.
Understand? You can read that one more time. Let's do some more.
Yeah, come on. But against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world.
Of this world, you understand? Of this society. Say any more?
Against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Spiritual wickedness in high places, man. That's them. You understand that 666 that the Bible speaks of. You understand them devils that's ruling the world. You understand it and causing us and having crafty counsel to cause us to err against our God.
Yeah,
you understand? That's that wickedness in high places. That's them government officials. You understand the president of the United States. You understand all of these other nations that's coming together to have the name of Israel be cut off forever. So you understand they do little things to make us celebrate Christmas. They do little things to make us forget about the real reason of Thanksgiving. You understand? Forget about what we were doing the 4th of July.
Right.
You understand? They do little things to make sure that we continue, you understand, to serve them so that we will never serve our God. Because when we serve our God, then we serve ourselves. You understand? When we serve the Most High, then we begin to serve us. We begin to say, we need to feed our own people. We need to get our brothers and sisters off of drugs and crack and heroin and cocaine and meth. You understand? And oxycodines and Percocets and Molly and lean. You understand? And bath salts. We begin to say, we need to have our people come together as a people so we can have our own high holy days, which is in the Bible, which is one that we just, observed, which is the Feast of I.S.U.P.K, which was crazy to man. Better than any goddamn holiday I've ever celebrated in the world. You understand? With my skeeving, conniving, lying, stealing family of mine. Right. You understand? Yeah, right. Being here to be able to even be a part of the Feast of I.S.U.P.K was greater than any holiday that you can serve in America. Right. Understand? For 1,000 years. You understand? But those people in them high places, man, they want to keep us under their neck. Under their foot. You understand? They want to keep their foot on our necks so that we don't ever come to rise in power. You understand? But of course, in the U.P.K, we got a different mindset than those of the world. You understand? We're here we believe in which most don't believe. You understand? we believe that the white man is the devil. Most people don't believe that. We believe we believe that these holidays have nothing to do with the Most High. You understand? And we believe that we should separate from America. That way, all people will be able to come together and rule over these kingdoms in this nation and this whole goddamn world. That's what we believe. You understand? That's why this is the home of the truth, and no other place could ever be the home of the truth.
Right.
No matter how hard they try.
That's right.
Understand? Read that one more time, huh?
The book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 12. Verse 11. The whole armor of God.
Put on the whole armor of God. Who could tell me what that is? It's an example of that. What's the armor of the Most High? What is armor? What is armor supposed to do? Anybody can answer. Stop worrying.
So it's to protect you.
It's to protect you. You understand? So when you got the armor of God on, you understand, what is that protecting you from? Think about the context of the question. If you got the armor of the Most High, what is it protecting you from? I give you a hint. It's not going to protect you from no goddamn bullets. You understand?
So would it protect you from homosexuality?
Yes, but you giving me a specific answer. I want the blanket statement that covers it.
Are you looking for the word sin? That's going to protect you from sin. If he's being faithful, if he's following law, statutes, commandments.
It will protect. That's still a little specific. I still want a blanket statement that will cover that too. You got the armor of the Lord. You got the armor of fire. You understand? Against flames. What does it protect you from? Fire, flames. You got the armor of the Lord. It's going to protect you from anything that is not of the Lord.
That's right.
Anything that's not of God.
Right.
You understand? It'll protect you from homosexuality.
Right.
It'll protect you from sin. It'll protect you from worshiping these devils and celebrating these goddamn holidays.
Right.
It'll protect you from all of that. You understand? You won't be seen as a regular Jake in the world. You won't be seen as just some black woman in America. You'll be seen as something different. You understand? White people still trying to figure it out to this day. You understand? Like the people at his slave probably trying to figure it out. There's something different about you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're not like that. Who's seen that movie? What's the name of that movie back in the day where the devil got the glasses, right? And when he put on the glasses, he started to see the demons. And he's like, what the hell? The demons. And then the brother, it was a brother in the movie. I think he had like a bald head or something. But the brother in the movie, the white dude tried to show him. He was like, yo, look at these glasses. Put these glasses on. You're going to be able to see these demons. And the brother's like, hell nah. So they ended up fighting. Like fighting. The white dude is like, yo, put these goddamn glasses on. And then the brother, of course, you know, whoops the hell out of that white dude. You understand? But I think at the end of that scene, I think if I'm not mistaken, I believe he ends up picking up the glasses, putting them on, and then he sees the demons. If I'm not mistaken, I don't know if he put the glasses on or not. But the point is, it's just like that. You understand? The white dude, when he put on them glasses, where people you look like regular white people, they started having demon faces, and he looking at them like what the? Like in the store, like in the grocery store, he's like, oh. But what happened was when he was able to see them, and he was able to realize, now of course it's a devil, you understand? But he was probably a demon too, just couldn't look at himself. You know, somebody put a glass, looked at him, he probably the same goddamn monster.
Right.
But when you start to see that you separated from this world, you different from this world, then they gonna look at you. Them demons in the movie, they started like he looking like this. They started looking at him like he can see. He can see. That's exactly what they were saying. They was whispering that he can see. He can see. He can see. And I don't know what happened after that. Right. I just know that part stuck with me ever since my childhood. I got obviously I'll rock if he in here, man. I know he know the name of the movie. You understand? But he already responded. What is it? They Live starring. They Live starring Rudy Piper.
Rowdy Piper used to be WWF, I think.
Yeah. See, I already knew our rock was gonna get it. You understand? But that's the name of the movie. They live. You understand? And that's how they look at Mahayana. That's how they look at Tabawan. That's how they look at these sisters in this truth. When you go out here, you don't conduct yourself as a sis in the world. Well, you don't conduct yourself as just a regular Jake in the world, just a regular dude in the world who says, oh, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year's. You don't conduct yourself for them the same way as those people. You understand? They say Happy New Year's, you say when? The New Year's ain't until the springtime.
Yeah, right.
I don't see it making no goddamn sense that the New Year should start while everything dies. It makes a lot more sense that the New Year starts when things start to grow again.
That's right.
You understand what you got, sis?
Are you supposed to go and every time someone says something like that to you, are you supposed to confront them when you on your slave? Are you supposed to say, because like I didn't think so.
You don't got to say nothing to nobody.
Right.
That's what I thought as well.
You don't got to say nothing to nobody. You understand? That's why I say, even with the story I gave, when I'm going to Family Dollar, you understand, I ignored the hell out of them.
Right.
Like, I feel that, I be like, it gives me like sunshines in my heart. You understand? Like, when somebody be like, Happy Holidays, and I'm like, I walk out. I feel like Fred Sanford when I do that. Like, I'm just an old nigga with an attitude. You understand?
Right.
Or that old dude, when you hold the door for him, he walking up and he don't say nothing, you just be like, yes. You understand? That's how I gotta imagine how they feel about me.
Right.
When they be like, Happy Holidays. And I'm like, they like, you understand? They looking at me like he's different. You understand? That's what made that sister ask. That sister didn't ask that question to me because I was like everybody else. She asked because she knew that the answer was going to be different from anybody else. She knew the answer was going to be probably on celebrate holidays or something like that. And that's what made her ask. And that's the way you got to carry yourself. Mahaya, what you got?
Yeah, right. I know what you're saying. Like, I know what I do. Like, with customer service, each and every goddamn customer is going to say it to you register. So it's like, I might have a conversation with them about what they buying and what they need. But as soon as they say that, it's like, I didn't hear nothing.
Right.
I just keep going about my business. So it's like, even when the employees ask, they be like, so why you don't celebrate Christmas? Or why you don't celebrate holidays? I be like, a little this, a little that. You know what I'm saying? Well, I have my own reasons. Or, I've done research and it's just not best for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't never, try to break down nothing to these goddamn heathens because it ain't for them anyway. I try to give them as vague or broad of an answer as I can. You know what I mean?
Right, because it's a waste of time.
Right.
You understand? Like I said, there's a time and a place for everything. When you on your slave, you there to slave, you there to collect money so that you can feed your people.
Right.
So you can feed your children, so you can pay your tithes. That's what you're on your slave for. You don't got time to be getting in arguments because see what'll happen is you'll lose your slave.
Yeah, right.
You understand? You'll sit there and find yourself in an argument with the manager's son. You understand? Not even knowing that this was the manager's son. So you don't got to do that. That's why the scriptures say you got to be as wise as a serpent and harmless as a dove.
Yeah, right.
Now there will come a point in time. The deeper your roots grow in this truth, the deeper and deeper you are. You understand? There'll come a time where you'll be able to battle any devil in any circumstance. You'll be able to go to court. You understand? And still hold your sword and battle them with the scriptures right to their face without even saying you the devil the Bible speaks of.
Right.
You won't even have to say it, but they'll know it.
Right.
They'll understand that you believe that they're the devil the Bible speaks of, and you never said it. They won't have any analytical data that you believe that they're the devil the Bible speaks of, but they'll know. You understand? That's when you've mastered, you understand, the art of cutting the devil. That's when you at the top tier of your game, where you can cut a devil without using that one curse word, without saying devil, and you understand, and making him feel so terrible about himself. That's how you know you're at the top of your game. When you don't gotta bash him at all, but at the end of the conversation, he believes you. That devil believes that he might be a devil. He goes home that night. He's like, honey, are we devils? Do we come from the lineage of the serpent in the garden? Because I met somebody today and he just broke it down. And I don't want to believe it, but everything he said was so true. You understand? And I don't know if I want to be white anymore. You understand? So like, then they go join some fake Israelite group, and some fake Israelite group allows them to come with them, and they feel like they won't be devils anymore. No sweat, not in here. You understand? What you got, sis?
It's like, is that why that's why they don't like the term Edomite?
They
That's why they don't like that term.
Exactly, because they know the term
They know what the
Edomite
term means.
comes from Esau. You understand? They don't like that. You understand? You calling me an Edomite. You understand? They don't know. They don't know what the hell that is. The hell is an Edomite? You understand? I'm your master, boy. That's what they really want to say.
Right.
What the hell are you calling me an Edomite? Boy, if you don't go sit down, I'm your master. Before we get back to that name, how about that one? That's what they want to say, man. You understand? But that's why it's better to refer to them as Edomites, man, because the more and more you start pushing, like, you got to understand, this world is going to push. The world wants to have its way with you.
Right.
The world wants you to bend over backwards for it, and it wants to have its way. You got to have the spirit that you're going to have your way. You understand? Don't be ashamed. Like I said, I'm not saying you got to go out and debate and argue every damn day about the truth with people in the world or at your slave or anything like that. But don't be ashamed to stand firm in the truth,
Right.
even at your slave. You understand? If you rock a little shield of David around your neck every day, don't be ashamed to go in there and wear your shield of David. You understand? Right. Don't be in the classroom in college ashamed to wear your shield of David. You understand? Rock it. You understand? And have your way with the word. When you talking to your friends, say calm. Say la'ah. Make them say, what does that mean? Trying to go to the party tonight? La'ah, man, I'm Tawab. What? I said, la'ah, I'm Tawab.
Right.
Man, what the hell does that mean? I mean, no, I'm good in Hebrew. Man, you know I don't speak no Hebrew. I ain't no sweat. I just taught you a little bit. Maybe you should stop. You understand? And you leave it at that.
Right.
You understand? They people talking about some happy Halloween and happy goddamn Christmas and happy New Year's. If you had a slave, say happy Hanukkah. Shit. So like it. Say, hey, you ready for the Passover? You understand? Every brother who come to your life, you bagging up their groceries. You see, brother? You ready for the Passover, brother? What? Oh, you know the holiday that's in the Bible. You understand? You understand? Have your way. Push the truth on these people the way they try to push their lives on you.
Right.
You understand? You don't got to sit there and just take it. And to my understanding, there's nothing wrong with, you understand, with speaking your own language.
Yeah, right.
There's nothing wrong with proliferating your culture, especially amongst your own people. You understand? You don't got to say happy Passover. Don't be saying happy Passover to no, you understand? And Salaki, don't say happy Passover. I don't think that's something that's I.S.U.P.K. I'm saying that for teaching purposes. Nobody better say that I said to say happy goddamn Passover. Right. That's nothing I said to do. I'm saying it because I couldn't think of nothing else right now. But the point is, ask people, ask blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, are they ready for the Passover? That's right. Goddamn Jehovah's Witness asked Craig, was he ready for Jehovah's return? You understand? Not when niggas does. Are you ready for the Passover? Because if you're not, you understand? I got some information for you. Because $100 one person is going to be in New York. In what city? In White Plains, New York on April 9th. You understand? It's going to be to Bob. You can get your garments from the Bob, Captain Kapash, or whoever the hell else in the UPK making garments. And we go, and your garwab, of course, you can't forget about your garwab. You understand? And we gonna rock it up at the Passover, and they gonna be looking at you like, man, what the hell is you talking about? Ain't no sweat. You know what you talking about. You understand? Ain't no sweat. Cause you really want to know what I'm talking about? Right. Yeah, that's when you reach under your counter. You got a stack of flyers under your counter. And you be like, there you go. This is what I'm talking about. We holding classes. You understand? From 7 to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday, Durham, North Carolina. On South Roxborough Street, down the street from North Carolina Central University. No sweat. You end it just like that. And you know 1,000 brothers gonna take them flies and throw them away, but it might be one. It might be one that actually comes. And you might see that brother at the Passover. And then all that joy and that heartfulness, that warmth in your heart that you wanted to feel for your friends, that warmth in your heart that you wanted to feel for your family members, that you wanted them to just learn about the truth and just stop being Christian and stop being Muslims. You can feel that same heartfulness for that brother you've never met before. You'll feel it. You understand? You'll understand how joyful a feeling it is when you put the arm of the Lord on and you went out in the world and you passed out a fly to a brother and you in class on Wednesday night and that brother walks through them doors. And then that brother comes again. Then that brother gets his name, and that brother becomes an officer, and then that brother is an officer of 5,000. And you remember all the way back to that day where you weren't doing nothing. It was just little old me, just a little old sis in the truth who just is a bagger at Food Line, whatever the slave you got. And I had a few flies under my drawer, and I passed out that fly to that brother, and now look at him.
Right.
You understand?
Right.
Now here, officer of 5,000.
Right.
You understand? And not only will you rejoice, but the scriptures say the angels rejoice when one brother comes to the truth. You understand? And that's the kind of the joy that you'll have for that brother, and that brother you'll know in that day that the Lord chose him. You understand? And you also know what else? You'll know that the Lord is working with you.
Right.
You'll know that the Lord is working with you to get that brother in here. You'll know that. You'll just be like, damn, man, I must be in the truth there. Right. You understand? Look at that brother, that officer of 5,000. I remember you was just shopping in Food Line with your skinny jeans on. You understand? With your skinny jeans on, with your purple shirt. I remember that. You understand? And you'll be able to remember that for the rest of your life. Everybody else looking at him like, yo, that's goddamn Captain DeBar Moff right there. You'll be like, I remember DeBar Moff when he was buying pork and shrimp from Food Line. Right. You understand? It's a lot, Cap, if you see this. You're the first person I thought of. But you'll have that relationship, man. You'll be able to, you understand, always be able to remember that. But that comes with just having brotherhood and nationhood for your people. That comes from being a type of person who can go in the world and not be scared to be choked out by the world. You understand? Not be scared to have your co-workers and your managers and your family members hate you because you wear a shield around your neck. You understand? Not be scared of that. I remember back when I was at Durham Tech, I used to tell a story about the class when I used to have, what class was that? It was a personal health and wellness class. And I used to always wear my shield and whatnot to the class. I used to sometimes wear like my boots and the cargo pants and the Hebrew shirt. Used to just, do the whole get up and wear my shield. And one day, you understand, I'm in the class and the white dude who in front of me is like, I guess he notices it for the first time in the whole goddamn year. And this weird little white dude, like, talking about weird, man. Like, you know that scripture where the scriptures say we're going to look narrowly upon them and say, is this the man? That's how I looked at him every day. Like, nigga, what is wrong with you, bro? You're a grown man. Like, but you understand? I guess he looks back and is like, you understand? Like, look, I can see, I'm like, oh, God. Here we go. And this was back before, I had I was still a little hot-headed. You understand? I'm a little hot-headed now. But I was back then. I was ready to blaze. I was ready to cut. I was ready to debate. I was ready to do whatever, whatever they was with, I was with it. You understand? When it came to this truth. So I already knew it was coming. And by close to the end of the class, the professor is teaching, man. And he turns around and is like, is that the Star of David or the Seal of Solomon? I'm like, man, what the hell is you talking about? Like, this the shield of David, man, the Dawadan in Hebrew. He's like, oh, so you're Jewish? I said, no, I'm not a Jewish. I'm not pertaining to be a Jew. You understand? I am a Jew. He's like, oh, really? He goes inside his book bag and he's like, oh, really? Look, I'm a Jew too. You understand? What the hell is this? Nigga pulled out a beam sack and pulled out a goddamn bottle cap on the top of his head, talking about some, I'm a Jew too. I'm like, did you just become one? You just bought that, huh? Just put that on your head. I'm a Jew too. Thought you was Jewish. You understand? Then he started speaking some Yiddish. Yeah, shabba. I was like, shalom. I understand? I don't know what the hell you're talking about. But you can't be afraid that the white people in your class will hate you because you wearing the shield of David or because you not celebrating Christmas with them. You understand? Don't be afraid to be uncomfortable in this world.
Right.
You should never be comfortable in this world. It's a blessing to not be comfortable here. You understand? You gotta think about it like this. Say you a man, you understand, and you in a room full of homosexuals. Would you be comfortable? Would you be ashamed of being uncomfortable?
Right.
Lie. So you should not be ashamed to be uncomfortable here in this world, because that's exactly what you in. You're in a world full of homosexuals. You're in a world full of thieves and murderers and lies and rapists and child molesters and drug abusers and alcoholics. You're in a world full of every sin that could be proliferated throughout this earth, and you should never be comfortable living here.
Right.
You should be so uncomfortable that every time there's a class going on, you're sitting there studying to figure out how the hell can you bring about the Lord to destroy this goddamn place.
That's right.
That's what you should be doing. You should be thinking about every goddamn thing. What do I got to do to get more brothers to come out that Christian church? So maybe at least my city won't be full of homosexuals.
Right.
Maybe at least my neighborhood won't be full of goddamn sinners. You understand? How can I at least fix my block? Or maybe just at the least my two neighbors that live beside me. How can I at least fix them? You should be so uncomfortable that that's the only thing on your mind. You understand? That's the only thing on your thought process. Because when that day happens, man, I tell you, that's a glorious thing. I think I said it last time I talked. You understand? What do you think prison would be like if every brother was in the truth? It'll be a beautiful place.
Right.
It'll be beautiful. Cop pull you over, you'll be like,
Send me.
They'll pull you over. Put the goddamn windows down. You know why I pulled you over? And I bet you're gonna tell me, devil. You understand? It'll be like that. You'll be like, yeah, I ain't got nothing. I'm gonna take you to jail. My niggas is in jail. Take me there. I heard they having a party tonight. You understand? Block D. You understand? It'll be like that. You won't have to worry about the terrifying stories, the terrific stories that you hear inside of prison and in jail, man. You'll understand that you're gonna go in there, you're gonna be protected. Because these brothers in here love the Lord and they're gonna serve the Lord, whether they serving him in prison or they serving him out here.
Yeah, right.
Understand? But you gotta be the type of person to have that armor on, whether you're inside of prison or you out here just have food lying bagging groceries.
Right.
Don't ever be afraid to have that. You understand? Was you holding something for me out?
Yeah, Romans 12 and 10.
Yeah, let's get that.
The book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 10.
Oh, Salaki, my bad. Give me John 15 and 19 real quick.
Before that.
Yeah, before that. This was one I forgot to pull out, but this has always been a heavy scripture. You understand? This scripture is one that you should always keep in the back of your mind. Whenever you feel like you understand that you are not fitting in or you know, you just mad or angry about the people that surround you, about, you understand, the way they don't accept you, things like that, you should keep this scripture in the back of your mind and always remember this. Understand? Read that up.
Okay. The book of John, chapter 15 and verse 19.
Mm-hmm.
If ye were of the world would love his own.
If you were of the world would love your own.
Damn right.
I mean, his own. You understand? If you were celebrating Christmas and Thanksgiving and Halloween and goddamn all the other holidays, like, I'm gonna be honest with you, when I drove down here today, I'm hitting my boys up. I'm like, yo, coming to Durham tonight. Y'all trying to go to Taco Tequila Tuesday or something? I'm like, what's going on? What's going on tonight? They like, yeah, it's a couple moves and stuff. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm like, yo, when I get back, I call my Hayar. I'm like, yo, I'm about to go to the ABC store and get a bottle. And I ain't no sweat. I go to the ABC store. I'm walking up to the door. I'm on the phone with my homeboy. You know, bro, the door locked. They're like, oh, we closed. I'm like, it's 6:05. What did you close for? We closed for the holiday. I'm like, what holiday? Come and find. They like, nigga, you know it's New Year's tonight. I'm like, good night. I did not even realize that. You understand? And I know we used to joke about it back in the day about how the more and more we came in the truth, the more and more holidays is like the white man's holidays that seem to creep up on you.
Right.
You'll be like,
Right.
the niggas walk around, Merry Christmas. You'd be like, wait, what?
Christmas.
Christmas?
Niggas October.
You understand? Like, you'd be like, bro, I thought it was just the, you understand? Like, you'd be like, man, you start to forget about those things, man. That's a beautiful thing. You know, it was something I sat back in my car for like just about 30 seconds, and I sat there and I smiled to myself that I was like, I really forgot that it was New Year. I really had no clue. I had no fucking, I don't got cable, you know, so I don't do nothing except watch Netflix and play the video game. You understand? That's all I use the TV for. So I'm sitting up in the group home. You understand? I'm leaving on a Tuesday, and I had no clue that today was New Year's, that I should get to the ABC store before they close. I had no fucking idea. You understand? And that's a beautiful thing, to not be of this world.
Yeah, right.
It's a beautiful thing to, you understand, not submit and succumb to this world's pressure, man.
Right.
You understand? And not, you know, have your pockets dry from Christmas and Thanksgiving, and now trying to go out there and look stupid with some goddamn American attire. To go or what else? Whatever, fireworks and and whatever the hell else. You understand? Niggas buying shells for their guns. You understand? They get Walmart. Let me get them 38s. Yeah, let me get them 44s right there. Let me get them. You know, just to waste it. For what reason?
Right.
You understand? And it's a beautiful thing to not be a part of that, you know, that life anymore. Double one.
So like if I may, so what you're saying is so heavy because, you know, like you said before, you know what I mean, about, you know, things like creeping up on us being true. You don't even think about this holiday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But and the thing you said before about how, you know, your grandmother or my grandmother, the white man is gonna love them because they're gonna perpetuate his ideals.
Right.
And his holidays and things like that.
Right.
Like brothers and sisters, like you said, they're gonna spend all their money every single holiday. They're gonna talk crap about, oh, the white man at the job, boss this, and boss that. But as soon as July 4th come, they're gonna blow all the money on the fireworks and the grills and the steaks and all of that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They might even end up getting their hand blown off. What's the man's name in the NFL? Jason Pierre-Paul?
Exactly.
Guys got their hand blown off with fireworks.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And that's what comes from that, man. That's what comes from following the Lord. You understand that scripture that say we put our trust in Pharaoh, you understand, and lean on this broken reed. You understand that broken reed that pierced your skin? That's what happened when you go broke from Christmas. That's what happened when you understand you have your hands get blown off from celebrating, you know, from blowing up fireworks for the 4th of July. You understand? That's why it's very pivotal and vital that we don't celebrate these goddamn holidays so that the judgment of the Lord don't come on us on that way. You understand? It says you don't want anything to drink or nothing like that.
Okay.
All right. Everything too hard? Caparia. All right. Go ahead and read it back one more time.
If ye were of the world would love his own.
If ye were of the world would love his own. Keep reading.
But because ye are not of the world.
But because you don't celebrate Christmas. You understand? You don't celebrate the New Year's or New Year's Eve or Valentine's Day. Good night. See, I was about to forget. I was about to wipe a whole holiday off of my whole recollection. Understand? I said that word probably wrong. Top one, what is it? Recollection. Recollection. We're gonna go with that one. You understand? I was about to erase Valentine's Day off my, you understand, list of don't celebrate holidays. So I was about to forget about it just like that. You understand? But you want to because you don't want to celebrate that or President's Day or Martin Luther King Day or I don't know why the hell you want to celebrate that. You understand? The more and more I look into the Martin Luther King story, the more and more of a homosexual he seems to me, personally. You understand? The way he did the orgy parties and all of that stuff. Understand? I'll let Tabuan touch on that during one of his history classes that he handled so well. So to understand? Keep reading.
But because ye are not of the world,
but
I have chosen you out of the world. Therefore the world hated you.
The world is going to hate you. You understand? Because you are following after what Christ did. You understand? Read verse 18, Salaki.
Count. Verse 18. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you.
Meaning, if society is upset with the way that you choose to live your life, then you probably doing something correct.
Right.
You understand? If you Facebook and it gets a lot, like thousands of people disagree, then you probably said something that the Lord loves. You understand? Possibly.
Right.
You understand? I'm not gonna say that for every goddamn thing.
That's right.
But you understand, in this context of what we're saying here, what we all know here in this class, you understand, and more than likely you're doing something that the Lord loves, because that's exactly what happened to Christ. You understand? Christ was teaching something that was very controversial to what the world had established. It was very controversial to what the Romans had established, the spiritual and religious leaders at that time, the Sadducees and Pharisees had already established, and for them it was working. You understand? The Protestant churches was working. The Roman Catholic Church, it works. But when you got men who comes and they speak against what you're teaching because it goes against what God had originally stated or set up, then of course you come to be a barrier between what's wrong and what's right.
Right.
And when you be that barrier against what's wrong and what's right, then the world will have a problem with that. Because you will not allow the world to just continue and run smoothly the way that it is. You understand? When you got brothers like Mahayar working in the restaurant, you understand, and I'm using him as an example, but he's waiting the food, he's bringing the food out, and he sees that he's bringing the pork chops to a brother. You understand? If Mahayar say, hey, no, brother, did you know this pork chop, it's unlawful.
Right.
It makes it hard because then that brother has to look at his food. He gotta say, understand? I ain't never had nobody tell me this before.
Right.
Understand? And if that brother has any love for the Lord in his heart, you understand? Then he'll say, you know what? Hey, take this back. I can't eat this. Give me the cheeseburger.
Right.
Give me the cheeseburger. Give me the chicken Alfredo or whatever. You understand? And it messes up common. Mahayar will get fired. In other words. Mahayar would lose his job.
Right.
You understand? But that shouldn't be a problem. You understand? Because why? If the world hates you know that it hated me before it hated you. Know that Christ would have probably did that same thing. Christ would have been that man and say, yeah, brother, you should not eat this shrimp. You understand? Christ probably would have been a little bit more demanding. He probably would have knocked the goddamn plate off the table.
Right.
You understand? If Christ was ever in a predicament where he had to serve food to any goddamn body, which we all know would never happen. But if he was in there, if he seen one of his disciples in goddamn Red Lobster, you understand, on a date, you understand, they would have probably took the plate, smashed it on his broken on his skull. You understand? Said, Salakia, Father. You understand? But this must have been done. Like, you understand? Christ was ruthless, man. I can't wait to meet him.
Right.
You understand? I can't wait to see, you understand, all of these prophecies come to fruition. You understand? I can't wait to see these things that we teach in here actually happen, man. And that's exactly what you see when you come in here and you see brothers change their life and do it because the Most High taught us and that Christ showed us how to actually do it.
That's right.
You understand? Read that one more time.
If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. Verse 19. If ye were of the world would its own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you.
Exactly. You understand? The world is going to hate you, man. The world going to hate you for not loving it. You understand? But when you decide that you're going to love your own people first, then you'll realize that the world hating you is not such a bad thing. You understand? Christ said this. You understand? If you lose your life, you understand, for his sake, then you shall surely gain a new one. Like you're gonna lose the life you had. You're gonna lose. Sure, you'll lose the holiday spirit. Sure, you'll lose the Christmas cheer and the what else? What else you gonna lose? I done lost it already, so I forgot. You understand? All of that. I don't think we ain't got no brothers and sisters in the world in here, so I don't think I get no examples. But you gonna lose all of that stuff that we've lost. You understand?
Right.
But Christ said you'll gain everything that we've gained.
Right.
Understand? You'll gain brothers and sisters. You'll lose every friend in the world, and you'll gain brothers that'll die for you.
That's right.
You understand? You'll lose every girl or whore that you mess with in the world, and you'll gain a wife or wives that'll stand by you through whatever.
Right.
You understand?
That's right.
You'll find a woman that'll stand by you, even if you have another woman.
Right.
How more loyal in this earth can a woman get? What more precious in this world can a woman get? You understand? In the world, you even text another woman, she leaving you to go be with some other man.
Right.
But in here, you leave that. You'll come in here, you'll find a woman that'll stand for you, that'll stand with you. You understand? Through thick and thin, through whatever she feels like, she should leave you for, she'll suck that up and say, no sweat. You understand? This is my husband till I die.
Right.
And she'll be there. You understand? To me, that's more precious. You understand? I wouldn't give that up for anything. You understand? I wouldn't give that woman up for nothing. You couldn't you could not try to kidnap that woman from me.
That's right.
Yeah, I got that woman. You try to grab her on a goddamn New York train, brother, your life is in my hands.
Right.
Your life is a liability at this time. You understand? This ain't just some hoe that I met at a party. This is a woman who lives and loves and serves me. And if you think that you're going to put hands on her or kidnap, you got another goddamn thing coming. And that's the glory of the Most High. That's the preciousness of this truth, man. That's what makes us so, special unto the Lord. Because when we doing what we follow, what he says to do, then we become, you understand, our sisters will become more precious and more valuable. You understand? Their value will be far beyond rubies, as the scriptures say, man. Understand? But it all comes from not being that sis who you would succumb, you understand, to the world when your friends say, your man got another wife. You retarded. You understand? Sis, there's something wrong with you. I don't know how the hell you do it. My man can't have more other wives. My man can't do what the hell he want to do. I run my man. My man is good to me. You understand? When you a sis that could be able to take that and say, okay, no sweat, sis. I don't understand why your man should be good to you. I'm glad for you. I'm happy that your man is good for you. You understand? Don't call me when he's good to another man, too.
Right.
Don't call me when he's doing that. Don't call me when you find him on some sexual page website having sex with whores. Of course he's good to you. 2 o'clock in the morning, he coming back chilling with his homies. He was with his homies. You understand? He was with his orgy parties and out there living in the legacy of Mike. You understand? Orgy Mike. He was doing it all up. So he come back to you real satisfied.
Right.
You understand? Ready to please you because he, you understand, got pleased or got pleased by some goddamn man. Disgusting. You understand that? But it's so beautiful when a woman can take that. You understand? And say, you know what? I'll choose to stand with the Lord and I'll choose to stand with my husband because of it.
That's right.
You understand? And we'll stand forever. And here you'll stand forever in your marriages and in your relationships. Out there, you'll stand for a time. Hopefully a long time. Don't get it twisted. You understand? If you can go out there and find a husband that'll stay with you forever and not be a homosexual and protect you and teach you the right ways of God and you understand, and lead you and not allow you to be kidnapped by some man on the train, Most High in Christ. You should stay with that man. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. You understand? But if you want to take the chances, you can take it. You understand? I choose to live amongst my brethren and my sisters in here and actually serve God. You understand? Mahayar, you holding something? Or what was that? Romans 12? Kapari, could you get Romans 12 and 10 for me?
Okay.
You're gonna jump back on the topic here. Go ahead.
So I got on, you said 10 and 12?
12 and 10. Sorry. You're gonna read.
Okay.
Not too loud.
The book of Romans, chapter 12, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Be kindly, affectionate
one to another
Mm-hmm.
with brotherly love.
Be kindly affectionate one to another with brotherly love. Tabuan reminded me of now I know I'm going back on a whole lot of stories and stuff, but understand these are stuff that actually happened that I hope understand you can learn from. But Tabuan, brought out a story to me, you understand, not too long ago, where we had went out to Skewers and we was dressing our UPK gear, and of course when we went in, I guess it was some brother who was drunk or whatever he was, but he had a certain kind of demeanor towards us that was all hateful. You understand? Like he just wanted to, take our lives. And of course we in there and understand. I'll forget the story. If you don't mind, Baba Kashab, you could just kind of.
I mean, it was just
refresh.
We just peeked from a distance. He was just looking at us funny. And then at one point, there was a lot of people in there, and he walked like we kind of was going to where the bathroom is, like in the corner.
Right.
So we go in that direction, and he's coming the opposite direction. And he passes us, and he looking at you like kind of staring you down. Did the same thing to me, and then he made like a gun gesture, like you know what I'm saying, like on some real, you know what I mean, like
right.
So on a real violent, you know what I'm saying, type vibe.
Okay.
And then you said, well, you know that part from now. What you said after that.
I don't remember what I said.
What you said after that, you was like, no sweat, because you.
I must have had the spirit of the Lord must have been with me because I probably would have said, I'm about to fuck. You understand? No sweat, but that's just me.
Right.
But I don't think that's what happened that night. Of course, we was out there, and of course, we was UPK. You understand? So
and you said that. You was like, nah, brother. You know what I'm saying? We gotta make sure that we represent school. You know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to the brother, make sure this wild. And the brother came towards us, and you talked to him, and he was like, brother, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We're not here for that. You know what I'm saying? We brothers of the die. And for the end of the night, he was like chilling with us. Like he was like dapping us up, trying to be down with us.
Yeah, right. Okay, Most High Christ. So you understand? So it was an altercation with a brother. Brother seemed to be like he wanted to be belligerent or unruly. But of course, just going to that brother and just saying, I don't know what the hell I said to him. I believe it's probably on the lines of, you good, brother, you understand? Like, we just here, we having a good time, making sure you good, man. You want to drink. You understand? Something like that, can save lives.
Right.
You understand? Being that brother who can, see a situation that could get escalated. And of course, don't get it twisted. Like I said, do not get it twisted, man. Here in the I.S.U.P.K, under Commander General Yohana, we are not no goddamn Christians. You understand?
That's right.
And we far from punks, but we'll never be bullies. You understand? We're not looking for no altercation.
That's right.
But we damn sure ain't running from it either.
That's right.
That's the truth. You understand? But you got to see situations like that, and you got to be able to salvage. You understand You got to be able to salvage your integrity. You got to salvage your honor when it comes to things like that. You don't want to be the guy or the group that's just out there beating up people.
Right.
You understand? Or jumping people. You don't want to be that. You don't want that stigmatization on your name, and you damn sure don't want it on this school.
That's right.
You understand? So you got to listen to these scriptures. You got to study. You got to learn how to be in those type of situations. Because when you go in there, the world wants what? Think about the beginning of this class. When you go back into the world wants what? The second you leave this class, you're back in the world. The world wants what? Think about Uncle Sam, sis.
Bring you back into the world.
The world wants you.
Right.
The Christians want you. The Muslims want you. Christmas wants you. New Year's Eve wants you. 4th of July, it wants you out there. You understand? And one way to get you back is for Satan to send a brother to be belligerent and unruly and ready to fight. You understand? So that you can be what you used to be. You can be just like him. You got to understand that brother, you understand, is your brother. You got to be kindly affectionate to him, man. To a certain extent. You understand? Always have that be the first thought. Even with a sister come at you the wrong way. You understand? Don't tap back into that carnal mentality that we've had in the world. You understand? Tap back into what Christ would have did. Who was it Peter that chopped off the ear? You understand? Peter chopped off the ear, and Christ did what? Christ told him, stand down, put the ear back on. You understand? You got to have that mentality, man, because it's a lot more powerful than it'd have been easy to just, do something to anybody.
Right.
It's easy to just let your anger go black out and go crazy. It's easy to do that. You wake up somewhere, you be like, damn, I don't know what happened. All I know is I got mad, I started swinging. It's hard to be able to control yourself. You understand? But you gotta be able to control yourself. Who has something? Double one?
No.
Somebody had their hand raised? Mahaya? Nobody had their hand raised?
Oh, somebody.
Yeah, I was about to say, I know somebody had their hand raised.
I got a precept that because what you said was so heavy as far as like with that brother in that altercation. Because being at the top of his brotherhood is like we don't even understand the power and the responses that we can make. You know what I'm saying? And how much we can dictate whether or not the situation goes left or goes right. You know what I mean? So I got a precept between pulling.
Good.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 18 and verse 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue.
That's right.
And they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof.
What does that mean? Who could break that down? Death and life is in the power of the tongue. Understand? This is not no witchcraft.
That's right.
It's not no spell that somebody put on somebody. This is why Christians don't understand the Bible. If by Christian, thought process, you would have to say that this is like some kind of spell or some witchcraft, but it's not. You understand? You have to understand the context of the Bible and what is really understanding, which is why you got to come to these classes under Commander General Hana and the I.S.U.P.K to be able to understand this Bible. But what is that saying? Death and life is in the power of the tongue. What was that brother's name up in Philly? Was it Philly? Junior. Where did he get stabbed at?
No, that was in New York.
New York?
Yeah.
Bronx? Think about that brother who was innocently stabbed to death by his own people. And think about this scripture. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. Shema.
So a lot of people are simply saying, watch your mouth, because what you say can get a brother killed, can get you killed, can save your life. And we all both ways.
Things that you say have the power to create an outcome.
Right.
Everything that you say has the power to create an outcome, and that outcome can either mean death, that outcome can either mean life, that outcome can mean anything.
Right.
You understand? So you have to think 3 times before you say anything.
That's right.
Because everything you say has the power. If I sit here and I break down the scripture, and it's, if I tell you, you can go out and you can smoke hookah because hookah is not weed, and I sit there and teach you this, and you go out tonight with your friends and smoke hookah in Raleigh, I've just caused you to sin, and the Lord may kill you for it.
Right.
You understand? I don't know. The Lord gonna have mercy on who you have mercy on, but the Lord you may have poisoned hookah that night. You understand? So that's why you have to be careful about everything you say, every breakdown that you give, every advice that you give, every counsel that you give somebody, because you never know what will happen, and especially with these type of situations like the one in the bar, and especially with Junior. Imagine if a brother said, you know what, let's go talk to the brother first. Let's go talk to him. If we talk to him, if he did do it, we can stab him still. Anybody gonna, call the police because we talking to him. So it's not like we're gonna lose time. We're not wearing masks or anything anyway. Let's go talk to him. Imagine they would have went and talked to them. The brother who would have said, let's talk to him first, would have saved the innocent man's life.
Right.
But because the person who said, let's stab him to death, said that, they took an innocent man's life. You understand? So you gotta watch what you say. You gotta watch the words that you say. You don't wanna, when you talking to your friends on the church, on a job, or the Christians who you want to just love the truth, and you want to teach them the truth and show them the ways of God and the ways of life and how to live. You understand? You got to watch how you treat them, what you say to them, because you don't want to be out here just saying, oh, you old Christian B. You understand? You ain't nothing but a Christian homosexual. You ain't nothing but a Christian dummy. You understand? You don't want to say things like that, because you'll make the people hate you. You understand? When you go out here in the world and you say, y'all ain't nothing but Christians, man. Christian, disgusting pig. You'll make the people watching never want to come talk to you. You understand? So that's why the scriptures say you got to be as wise as a serpent, but as you understand, as what is it? It's like harmless as a dove. You understand? You got to be that kind of way. You got to know what to say, what not to say. You got to know what kind of situations, require a soldier, what situations require a mediator. You got to understand those type of different things. Otherwise, you will not survive in this world. You'll think that you missed a badass fighting every goddamn fight that you fight, and somebody will take you out. You understand? You'll find yourself on the deathbed, and it'll be sad as hell because we loved you to death. You understand? But because you couldn't control your anger, because you couldn't control your mouth, you opened up the doors for death to yourself, in which it was uncalled for. It was uncalled for. You understand? Junior's death was uncalled for.
Right.
A lot of brothers in these streets who's dying, you understand, for stuff that they ain't do is uncalled for. You understand? Again, I'm going back with these stories, but I had a dream, you understand, that I forget what I was walking from, but in my dream, I'm walking from a party. I'm not saying that anything about this dream has any substance about anything, but this is just what I remember from my dream. I remember from my dream, I'm walking back from the party, and I see a dude I used to run back in the world with. His name, I'm not going to say his name, but he was a Crip. He a big homie Crip. I used to run with him in the world, did all kinds of things with this brother. And I'm walking this way, he walking that way. And, he shook my hand and I was like, I said, what's good or what's going on? And for whatever reason, he was like, well, you don't even know what that means. As if it was some gang terminology. You understand? He was with his Crips and I was like, what's going on? He's like, you don't even know what that means, cuz, something like that. Kept walking. But as I walked on, it was like a group of bloods. You understand? And they was like, so I see you rock with the black and white. I don't know what the hell this got anything to do with anything. Right. But they were like, so I see you rock with the black and white. And I was like, no, I hate white people. I was like, no, I hate white people. You understand? But the point was, in that dream, I know that they wanted to kill me. Right. Because they seen me just talking to my friend Wayne, who happened to be a Crip. Right. You understand? And that's why and I don't know, maybe that dream was something that I was supposed to bring out tonight, but that dream could have went very left. Right. If I would have said, who you talking to? Right. You understand? Like, who you think you talking to? Like, if I would have been that type of brother, instead of just explaining, what I'm about, you understand? Because you're going to find that a lot, especially when you're wearing these shields. You go out here in the world, you're going to find some of them brothers who, and maybe that's why the brother was looking at us that night in skewers. He probably thought we was 5%ers or GDs or something like that, looking at us like we the enemy. You understand? When you can just go to that brother, and let them know that this, this is Shield of David. This is Thou Art Thou in Hebrew. You understand? We are part of the Lord's army, man. We under Commander General Your Honor, I.S.U.P.K. We teach that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the true chosen people by God, and that the white man or that of the oppressor is the devil, the Bible speaks. Right, that's right. You understand? And from that, you don't know how many situations I done saved myself altercations. I done been by myself. You understand? Maybe with some brothers in the world, and you got grown men around me who looking at you like, who do you think he is, man? But when you get to just explaining that, you feel the whole elephant leave the room. You become a man that's untouchable. You understand? I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen in trailer parks. You understand? Where one of the older heads will come talk to you like, who are you, man? Who you with? And you let him know. You tell him. And then he'd be like, all right, no sweat. Next thing you know, he tell his henchmen, lay off. You understand? He tell everybody in the trailer park, yo, lay off him. You understand? We need more brothers like him. I've seen it happen. It's happened recently. You understand? And they'll tell you, lay off like him, because their life and death can come from the power of the tongue. What you say can come from the power of the tongue. I could have been the type of brother to say, don't ask me who I'm with. You understand? Right. Don't ask me that. Don't ask me who is you. I could have been that type of dude, fiery and drunk, out of my mind, ready to fight, ready to die for the truth. You understand? Don't be stupid. Right. Don't be that brother. Don't be that brother ready to die for the truth. You should not be ready to die for the. You should be ready to live for the truth. You understand? You should be the brother ready to live for the truth. So I'm gonna do what God told me to do so that I can live. Because of course this is not a goddamn cult, and God does not have us here so we can find different ways to die for Him. This is not what this is. You understand? We will not go and shoot up the Jewish community's deli so that we can die by the hands of the white man. This is not a cult. I'm a cult leader, but this is not a cult. Remember, a cult leader t-shirt is just a way of saying fuck you. That's right. For calling it a goddamn cult. We don't give a damn if you call it a cult, but it's not a cult. There's no goddamn Kool-Aid in here. There's no goddamn people going on suicide missions. And in here, we teach you how to watch your goddamn mouth.
That's
so
right.
You don't lose your goddamn life. You understand? I'll be on. Go ahead.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 11.
Uh-huh.
A fool uttereth all his mind, but a wise man keepeth it in till afterwards.
Uh-huh. A fool uttereth all his mind. A fool gotta say everything.
Right.
You understand? You learn that from, if you ever had any street smarts about you or been in the world, you know that a man who talks too much is gonna give you everything you need.
That's right.
You understand? Everything on his mind, everything on his heart, everything that he's feeling, everything that he wants to do, everything he's thinking about doing, he's gonna tell it all in a span of 2 minutes. And you're gonna sit there and you're gonna say, okay, he got a gun in his trunk. He about to shoot up the party.
Right.
His girl is in the party. And he gonna tell you everything. Yeah, if my girl in that party, I'm about to shoot the club up. You understand? You're gonna get everything from him because he's a goddamn fool. You understand? Now imagine I was a police officer. I'm about to arrest him as soon as he do it. You understand?
Right.
But a fool uttereth everything, man.
That's right.
You don't want to be that type of brother who just got to go and allow all of his emotions to come out. You understand? Is there any more on that?
Nah, that's the end of that.
You understand?
So I can add.
Go ahead, Papa.
This is Proverbs 17 and 28.
Mm-hmm.
It says, even a fool, when he holdeth his peace, is counted wise. Mm-hmm. And he that shut his lips is esteemed a man of understanding.
You understand? Because a man who don't talk too goddamn much must have some understanding.
That's right.
You understand? Because you gotta listen to understand.
Right.
So a brother or a sister who runs her mouth too much, you wonder why they in the bad girls club looking retarded as hell. Because you don't know how to shut up. You don't know. You understand? You've never tried it. You've never tried just being quiet. Good night. Y'all can tell you. Well, dragon, boy.
Right.
I had me a dragon like that. Good night, mother. Why do you howl? You understand? For General Mahayim's counsel. You understand? That dragon left me, boy, and that was the greatest thing. Salaki, that's a side joke. You understand? But you don't want to be that type of person who just gotta always run your mouth because you don't have wisdom. You know, you don't know what to do. That's why when you encounter someone in the truth, a brother will sit there and talk, and you'll be like, okay, so how do we fix blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just saying, you understand? That's how it always goes. You understand? They don't never know how to fix brothers from being on drugs and smoking crack and being homeless, but they got everything in the world to say. And as soon as you say, how do we fix this? I don't know how to fix everybody. I know how to fix ourselves. Brother, you should be quiet.
That's right.
Because we know how to fix them.
That's right.
You understand? We know how to do this. We know how to stop people from dying. We knew what could have been taking place to keep Junior from losing his life. We know what could have happened. You don't know. To you, I don't know how the hell I would have saved Junior. Of course you don't. You run your mouth too goddamn much. And the people that you do listen to is child molesters in the goddamn Christian church.
Right. You
understand? So you should learn how to not run your mouth so damn much and learn how to listen so that maybe you can get some wisdom, man.
Right.
Wisdom comes from two things. Who could tell me what those two things is? Sis?
Is it knowledge and experience?
You got one.
Fear the Lord.
That's close, but I'm looking for a different word. She got experience. The other one is obedience. Give her a hand.
That's right.
Give her a hand. Yeah, I didn't think y'all was gonna get it. I thought I had to give it to you. Wisdom comes from knowledge. Salaki, it comes from obedience and experience. You understand? You got the hot stove on the stove top. You got the one kid who, like me, I'll use myself as an example. I've never burnt my hand on the stove top. I got the wisdom to not burn my goddamn hand. You know how I got that wisdom? Because I listened to our rock. I listened to my dad who said, don't put your hand on that stove top. And I was obedient. And I grew up long enough to realize he told me that because it's hot. He told me that because I would have burnt my skin off. and I won't do it. I'll never do it. Unless it's by some freak accident, I'll burn my hand on the stove top. I'll never just run up there and put my hand on the stove because I'm wise enough to not do it because I learned it from obedience. And you have other kids. You got them old men, you understand, where you look at their hand and they got the 3rd-degree burn marks all around here. You be, yo, what happened to your hand, man? Man, when I was little, man, I was a knucklehead. I ain't really listen to my mom. Mom used to tell me not to put my hand on the stove. And I ran up there before she was about to fry some chicken. I put my hand on the stove thinking I was playing patty cake. And I got baked, man. You understand? And I broke, but he also has wisdom. With his scars and his bullet holes and his time in prison and his failed relationships. You understand? And everything that he's succumbed to and learned and been through, his life story has given this 67-year-old man wisdom where he could sit up on this stoop or his pigeon coop and he can give you all the wisdom in the world. Don't put your hand on the stove. Don't fall in love with that girl. You understand? Don't do this. Don't do that. You understand? You should do this. Don't go here. Don't do that. Don't join the gang. You understand? Don't think this is good for you. He got that wisdom, man, because of experience. You understand? Wisdom falls on them 2 things. What you got? And it's the same thing with the law. So, like, it's the same thing with the law because the law is your wisdom. You understand? You learn not to sleep with white women. Some of us was just told that. Again, for myself, Salaki. You understand? I rock. We ain't mess with white people even before. So I've never slept with a white woman before ever in my life. I never will. Some brothers got the wisdom because, they O.J. Simpson. Or some brothers got the wisdom because they like the dude off of Daddy's Little Girls, where they got called on rape, messed up their whole career, trying to sleep with a white woman. You understand? But they got the wisdom too. You understand that? Y'all get my point. All right, what you got?
I just got a precept question for the speech.
Go ahead.
The book of chapter 4, verse 6. Let your speech be always with grace, seasoned with salt, that ye may know how ye ought to answer every man.
Let your speech. Read it one more time.
The book of Colossians, chapter 4 and verse 6. Let your speech be always with grace.
Let your speech be always with grace. You understand? You always want to give somebody a chance to do something right. Mm-hmm. You always want to give somebody a chance to take the high road or take the, you understand, you just always want to give a brother a chance. Brother can step you the wrong way. Like, and here we understand that, you out in the club, you're out in the bar, brothers come up to you, threatening to harm you. We understand that for one, we can't comply to their demands. For two, it's going to be repercussions. Mm-hmm. We understand that. So before those repercussions come and before whatever I'm going to do to you, you understand, happens to you, mm-hmm. we don't want it to happen. We don't want Gaparioff to have to come from Greenville because someone messed with his brother and now they got to face Officer Gaparioff. We don't want him to have to come and just hold somebody with his 2 fingers like this because he's super strong. You understand? We don't want that to have to happen. So you want to season your tongue with grace. You want to say, you know what, brother, I understand that, you may have thought I was looking at your girl or whatnot. And Salaki, brother, if I may have, sometimes you got to be able to just say Salaki. Even if you didn't do it. You understand? Be like, yo, Thopper One, what the hell you looking at my girl? He wouldn't know your name. Probably like, hey, nigga, why the hell you looking at my girl? You understand? You'd be like, at your girl? I was looking at the mozzarella sticks that your girl was eating. I was trying to figure out, was it mozzarella sticks or fried okra? Right. You understand? You understand? But he may really believe in his heart that you was looking at his girl. And sometimes it's better just to say, hey, Salakia, brother, I didn't know that was your girl. You understand? I really was just looking at the fried okra. What fried okra? Them mozzarella sticks. Really? Yo, them jumps are good. Yo. You understand? Yo, hey, you understand? And he'll be so confused. He wouldn't know what the hell to do because he looked like the fool. You understand? To still sit there and try to argue and fight you when you just being a brother to him, man. And you got to understand a way how to be that type of way with brothers, especially in the world. Give a brother a chance, man. Because like I said, we ain't running from altercation, but we not looking for altercation, but we down sure ain't running from it. You understand? But you want to give them a chance before they capture that, man. Before they, before they have, what's the word I'm looking for? Not accepted. What's something you do and then you did it, now you've obtained or you've been granted.
From a cause, before you give a cause.
It's cause, but you have good night.
Justification.
It's something like you have now gotten, I'm looking for a different word, but I'm just saying it that way. And now you have now gotten the repercussions that you understand you are going to get from coming at a brother in the truth this way. You want to give them a chance to not have those repercussions. You want to give them a truth to not have to face the Yakarab.
That's right.
You want to give them a chance to not have to face General Mahaiman issuing 100 men, you understand, with boots, braids, and beards surrounding whoever the hell thought that they was going to do anything to an officer or a sister in this school.
That's right.
You want to give them a chance to not have to go through that hell. You understand? They in hell already. Why the hell do we want to have to put them through double hell?
Right.
You understand? You want to give them that opportunity to be like, no sweat. Like, think about it like that girl you try to talk to and you find out she got a bad attitude. You understand? Most men's like natural reaction is to try to make her laugh. You understand? Like, I don't know what you say. I'm working on this to this day. You try to go talk to a sis, like, sis, you real beautiful. And you not. Damn. You understand? And you just be like, I don't know what you say to that. You be like, Shalom, you just got played though. You gotta be like, you ain't have to be rude with your stink breath like that. You understand? Like, stink breath? What you talking about? I'm like, I hope we ain't talking about it a lot. You understand? You gotta do something, make her laugh, man. And it changes everything. You never know. She'll probably laugh. She'll probably like, stink breath where? She'll probably laugh at you. The next thing you know, she'll be like, what you want? And the next thing you know, you understand she ain't the truth. Most High in Christ. You never know. You understand? Things like that can happen. You gotta be the same way with a brother, man. Don't be so quick to be mad at him. Man, give him a chance for grace. Give him a chance to be a brother. You gotta understand that he been a slave here for 400 years, the same way we've been here.
That's right.
You understand? And just because the Lord brought you out the world, the Lord ain't brought him out yet.
Right.
And this might be the time for him to get brought out, and you might be the one the Lord is working with. The Lord might be using you to bring him out, but at the same time testing you to see if you even a brother worthy to be used to bring brothers out of this world. And that's your test. You understand? Use that opportunity. You understand? Show the people around you that you can get into altercations and submissive. You understand? And get out of it without it having to be a fight or altercation or anything like that, or a squirrel. You understand? Use that opportunity to say, you know what? No sweat, brother. You understand? And just plead your case. Just tell the brother you don't mean no harm. You understand? You just here having a good time. You ain't know that the sis was his ribs, Salaki. You understand? In the school that we teach that sex is marriage, and we don't teach to sleep with any brother's rib. You understand? And I would appreciate if you came to a class one day. You understand? He gonna be like, this is not the same kind of nigga I'm used to dealing with. He might come to a class. You never know. But you got to give that brother the opportunity to make that choice. Now, if he chooses the other route, if the brother who you're talking to chooses the other route, then everything on this planet Earth that God created has a right to defend itself. You understand that? A mosquito has a right to defend itself. So don't think you're just going to go fuck with a mosquito if you want to. It's going to try to defend itself. Right. It's going to try to suck the blood out of you. You understand? Even though it ain't got the capacity to do it, it's going to try. Go knock a beehive down. See what happens. You understand? Go mess with her. That's what all the damn Edomites be doing, messing with them lions in their habitat. A lion be sound. Look at the predator. Sound asleep in his natural habitat. Nigga, you waking it up.
Right.
You understand? Why is you messing with this lion, dog? Like, you got helicopters and stuff. Why don't you just fly over it and record it? You understand? Next thing you know is some video on World Star Hip Hop, some old man running away from his life. Some old white Edomite running away. You understand? You understand? It's like you shouldn't have been in there, man. But everything has a right to defend itself.
Right.
You understand? That's something that women gotta understand too. Our sisters gotta understand. You understand? You should keep your hands to yourself. You understand? You should never put your, as a brother, you should never put your, as a man, you should never put your hands on a woman. But as a woman, you should understand you should never put your hands on a man either. You understand? That's, you know, that's something that's a very big misconception in the Christian church too, where a woman could think, you know, she can grab a frying pan and knock the hell out of a man or something like that, or grab a knife and a man, you know, brothers try to block the best way you can. But if, you know, a man's life is in danger, good night. You know, I'm not just gonna sit here and die. I'm gonna knock you out, Salakia, if I got to. If you coming at me with something like that. Now she got something that's not life threatening, then use your Yakarab and just block it. You know what I'm saying? Get it out of her hand. You know, a frying pan, I don't think that's life threatening. I'm not gonna knock you out with a frying pan. I'm gonna take it out. But if you got a knife, you know, I'm gonna try my best to get the knife. But if I see we've been fighting for 3 minutes, I can't get this goddamn knife. I'm like, you know, because all they take is one little, you know, and that's it. You know, and clearly she out of her mind. So, you know, I gotta do something, try to grab her and bear hug the hell out of her and squeeze her to the knife drop. And then she might stab me in my leg. I hope y'all don't got to go through stuff. I just be a sister in the truth. You understand? And not have to create a Tyler Perry segment. You understand? I think I love my wife or something like that. Let's not live that life. You understand? Right. And here we should not go through this. And here sisters should not be picking up frying pans unless you're gonna fry some eggs or something. You should not be picking up knives unless you're gonna cut some tomatoes. Don't do it. Brothers, you shouldn't put your hands on your women. We should live like the children of God are supposed to live and just leave it at that. You understand? Who had their hand up? Or did multiple people have their hand up? Go ahead, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what you bring out, so is like, it's just so heavy, man.
Like that frying pan.
It just compressed. Real talk. And skill it.
That black casket comes in.
But it just proves how important and how essential this truth is to our lives, because the only place you're gonna learn, you know what I'm saying, the truth as far as like how to deal with each other in the ins and outs. And brotherhood is in the I.S.U.P.K.
That's right.
It's like, and the scriptures even speak on as far as how the women, you know what I'm saying, like when we talking about communication and, you know what I'm saying, how the power of life and death being in our tongues and what we say, you know what I'm saying, it also applies to our sisters as well. I got a precept.
Good.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 26. She opened her mouth with wisdom, and in her tongue is the law of kindness.
Right. You understand? Meaning when she speaks, you understand, she's telling you good things and it sounds good. You understand? A woman is not like, don't eat that goddamn pepperoni. You sinner. You a sinning ass beat. That's why I can't stand you. You lucky the Lord said I couldn't leave you lest I be a whore. You the stupid. You understand? You disgusting Christian. You understand? Her mouth, this woman's mouth opened up with wisdom. Like that woman's mouth had wisdom in it. She was right. He was a disgusting Christian eating that pepperoni. He was. But it also said that it came with what?
And in her tongue is the law of kindness.
With kindness.
That's right.
You understand? Your husband is sitting there eating that pepperoni. You say, you know what? Salakia, my Lord. You understand? If you don't mind, I found a substitution. Officer Mahayar posted on Facebook that there's a place in Durham, not too far from here. They make the pizza with the beef pepperoni.
That's right.
And if you could, my Lord, you understand, my husband, if you could, just for 1 second. I was in class during the law class with Officer Mahayar. You understand? And he pulled out the scripture in Leviticus, and it says, look, right here. It says, you know, we're not supposed to touch the pig because it's unlawful and it's an abomination. And I think that it'll better us and our family if, we can stop, sinning against the Lord. Right. And like I said, we got a beef substitute and then the beef to wild. I heard that it's the best beef pepperoni in town. And I think that we should get that. You understand? That's how that woman should be. You understand? Because you know what? You got to be with some sick brother. You got to be with some overlord, over the top, exaggerated, mean brother if he got a woman who sits there and not says what the hell I just said, but she said, my Lord.
Right.
She said, my Lord. What the hell? What woman? You said beef pepperoni. Fuck the pepperoni.
Right.
Did you just call me my Lord? Did you just say my Lord? You gonna do that in front of my friends too? You gonna do that? Like that's brother, goddamn, I'm about to invite all the niggas over. Hey, y'all come watch over. We about to play Madden.
Right.
Hey, watch this. Hey, wife, you come in? Yes, my Lord. Oh, you understand? Oh, look at that. I love you. You understand? God damn, the hell with that pepperoni pork. You understand? That's my woman. I love you, girl. You understand? Like that'll make a man just feel like, man. You understand? And his boys gonna be looking at him like, this shit is God. Nigga, she think you God? But she know I'm over her. Your woman over there calling you everything but Lord, nigga. My woman calling me Lord. You understand? You over there, man, my woman only call me nigga. Cause you's a nigga and I'm a Lord. You understand? And that man is going, he'll die for you, man. That woman would not have gotten carried off of that train that way. You understand? That wouldn't happen. Not no woman calling me Lord. You understand? You call me Lord, I'm gonna see the light. I'm gonna see the light. Oh man, is this heaven, Lord? Is this? I'm about to go wash some dishes or something.
Right.
You understand? You want me to wash the dishes, my Lord? No, You understand? Don't sit down. Don't watch a video painting toenails or something. I'm gonna wash the dishes. You understand? I don't know. I probably won't wash the dishes, but you understand? I'm gonna come through with a bottle. You understand? I'm about to go out right now. What you want to drink? It doesn't matter, my Lord. Whatever you want. Oh, hey, you understand? I'm gonna get some whatever you want. I'm gonna buy the whole goddamn ABC store for you. You understand? So you can have a variety and have whatever you want. You want some juice? You understand? You understand? Because she's speaking wisdom, but it's also it's kindness with it, man.
That's right.
You understand? And that's the kind of, that's the kind of woman that's gonna have a man that'll do anything for her.
That's right.
You understand? And not only that, a woman who understands that it's not always that way. You understand? But you should still always be that way. Right. Even when things is bad or things is not going as so well as you think it should go, you should still be that way. You shouldn't say my Lord here in front of us at the feast and in classes. You should be at home saying my Lord. Right. You should be at the gas station saying my Lord. Right. You understand? You should be out the car at a packed gas station and say, Salaki, my Lord, do you want me to pass the gas? Pump the gas? Salaki. You want me to pump the gas, my Lord? He gonna look back. Man, I was only looking back to figure out what number it was. You understand? You understand? This one was so goddamn wild. Everybody else at the gas station like, did she just say my Lord? Right. You understand? And you're gonna be like, I'm about to put $30 in the tank now, bro. I'm feeling good. I'm about to put 15. You understand? I'm gonna fill it up. You about to eat China, you about to use a piece of the night, you understand, whatever, but whatever you want to do. But that's the way that you should be. Keep reading. That was it. You understand? So the stuff that you say, man, it gotta come with the wisdom, man. The stuff that woman, likes to say is wise. You understand? But it gotta come, with kindness. You see that sister in there with the same dress as you, or you feel that she has a problem with you, you should go to that sister, man, and say, Salaki, sis, I can't help but feeling that you got a problem with me wearing the same dress as you. She'd be like, yeah, I just don't understand, why I just know, why we had to have the same kind of dress on, no sweat. And you just gotta be like, no sweat, sis. I don't understand how that can happen either. There's a million dresses out here. We wearing the same one, but you look real good in it, though. Oh, sis, you rocking it too. Mm-hmm. Hey, we might as well get a picture together. And then you got a goddamn friend for life. You understand? Just because you decided to be kind with what you say, man, and that's the type of woman that you should be out here in the truth. You understand? Out here in the world, you should be that same kind of woman. That brother, you should be the same kind of way. Right. You understand? You should be kind for when you talk. You understand? Be a man. Be hardcore when you speak. You understand? But be kind, man. Don't be so rude to brothers. You understand? Because you don't have to be that way. Right. You understand? Christ won't always that way. There was a time for everything. There
That's
was a time where Christ was kind. There was a time where Christ was ruthless. There was a time where Christ demanded obedience. You understand? It was a time where Christ gave mercy. There's always a time for everything. You got to have every attribute. You understand? For you to want to be a type of brother who's going to deserve that crown. A king that is only ruthless is sure to fall, man. He's sure to fall. You understand? But a king that can, correlate with the people, understand, know when it is time to be ruthless, know when it is time to give fear, know when it is time to, be with the people or show niceness or mercy or empathy. You understand? That's the kind of king that people will look up to. That's the kind of king that leaders will look up to. You understand? You gotta have that. You gotta have empathy. You gotta show affection. Sometimes we were talking about that earlier. Different sister asked, how do men in the Lord show affection? You understand? Men show affection different ways. Your husband gonna show affection differently from someone else. You understand? You gotta understand it. In whatever way your husband show affection, you gotta love him for the way you gotta love him for him. You understand? Same thing with your woman. Like I said on that post, I was like, I show affection by bringing a bottle in the house. I'm not lovey-dovey. I'm not. I don't come inside the feast and be like, oh, my beautiful baby boo, you show me so much love. Give me a kiss and a hug. Give me another hug and another kiss. I don't do that. I can't. It's not me.
Right.
It's never been me. I won't talk to you. I will not talk to you the whole ride home. I'll just stop at the ABC store and say what you want. You understand? And she should know, like, this is his affection. This is him telling me he loves me to death by me saying what you want from this ABC store because, that night gonna be too loud.
Right.
No sweat. But we're gonna get one more scripture, man. We're gonna get it's not on. How y'all you live? I think it's Psalms 133. Give me Psalms 133. Yeah. Psalms 133 in verse 1. Is it?
I believe that's it.
Psalms 133 in verse 1. I don't see it up here.
It's on one of them.
If it's not there, then we'll just look it up.
I got you.
But Psalms 133 in verse 1.
You want me to read the other one?
Oh, Con, yeah, you got it.
Okay.
The
book of Psalms, chapter 133, verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together.
Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to come together and sisters to come together and a nation to come together. Man.
right.
You understand? It's so pleasant, man. But you got to understand how to come together first.
Right.
You understand? That's why you see these cookouts in the world and you see these parties in the world. Brothers is coming together. People are losing their lives still.
Right.
You understand? All the cases are still happening. That's why it's important. It's vital that these brothers come inside this truth. You understand? It's vital that these brothers in the world be under one truth, under one baptism, under one banner, under Commander General Yohana in the I.S.U.P.K. Otherwise, we won't be able to do this. It won't be pleasant for these brothers to come together unless we're on the same accord. You understand? But when we are, it is the most beautiful thing in the world.
That's
You understand? If you've ever been to a Passover, then you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
But you can leave a wallet out. You understand, on the table, and that wallet somehow can get back to you.
Damn right.
Somehow, some little kid may pick it up, run around with it, might take $1 out of it. I don't know. You understand? He do whatever he do with it. Somehow the wallet gonna end up in somebody's grown hand, and somehow it get passed down to whoever. And next thing you know, on the I.S.U.P.K protocol page, who the hell left the wallet at the Passover, and it get right back down to you, all your belongings in it. You understand? That's beautiful.
right.
You understand? Where you can even leave your kids to just go run.
That's
You understand? Once you cross them doors, you go through that search, you in there, you can say, hey, look, little Malak, go run.
Right.
Let's go run and tell me how many other kids you can find. Go kill them all and come back to me once you got them. I'm about to go get a drink. You understand? And you know there ain't nothing you ain't got to worry about no Christian pastor picking him up and running. You couldn't do that in the Christian church.
right.
The Christian church could not have no Passover. They couldn't do it. You understand? The Christian church allows all kinds of wicked people inside of their congregation to come inside. They don't search you when you go in there. You understand? They don't pat you down to see if anybody got any weapons. That's why Dylan Roof Storm, whatever his name is, had his way with them in South Carolina, Charleston. You understand? The Christian church was as foolish as Malcolm X was. If you want to put it like that, Malcolm X had some great ideas. You understand? He had some great thought processing. You understand? But he believed that there shouldn't be a shamar. He believed that the people should not feel like they should be searched when they come inside. You understand? And he died for it. That's why in here, we follow what the Bible says. And the Bible don't say that. The Bible say to protect your brothers and your sisters, and to protect them, you have to have people to protect them. You understand? But if we don't follow under this truth, under this Bible, then coming together, we'll continue to see brothers die. We'll continue to see sisters fight and beef inside of bars and clubs and all kinds of nonsense. It'll just continue to happen, and that's just what it'll be. You understand? But that's why it's so beautiful to be in the truth, because it's beautiful to be together with your brothers and sisters under one accord. Understand? Read that again from the top.
The book of Proverbs, the book of Psalms, chapter 133, verse 1. Behold, how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity.
In unity. You understand? Keep reading.
Verse 2. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard.
It is like the precious ointment upon the head, man, that runs down. When you get that ointment on your head and you understand at that point that the Lord is working with you, or that you made every sacrifice in your life that you had to make, you understand, to be even, looked down upon by the Lord, to be worthy enough to have this ointment on your head. That's so precious, man. That's so precious it is to be with your brothers. That's how precious it is to be with your sisters, how precious it is to be with each other. You understand? And that's just a beauty that a lot of people don't see. You understand? They don't get to experience. And of course, you want to go out and you want them to experience that. You want them to understand that feeling of getting that anointment oil. You want them to, you've heard the stories of brothers who didn't want to come in the truth, came in the truth, and they happy for it, and you want to bring other people in the truth. You understand? But, they don't want to do it. You understand? But it's such a precious feeling when you actually with your brothers in here, because that's who the Lord gave you.
That's right.
And you should cling to them. You understand? To hell with your grandparents and uncles and aunts and cousins and best friends and co-workers and bosses and managers and taskmasters and anybody else who's not out there. You understand? When you're in here with your brothers, to hell with them.
Right.
You understand? They don't want to be in here. Don't even think twice about it. No sweat. You got a sis beside you. You got brothers who will defend you. You got people you can call. You got Cap that you can call for counsel.
Right.
You got it. You understand? And if they don't want to have it, then they just won't. But in here, we understand how beautiful and precious it is to dwell with amongst one another in here, and the truth, in righteousness, under the Most High. You understand?
That's right.
Under Commander General Yohanan.
Right.
You understand? And that's just the truth. And with that, I'm going to pass the class over to Preaching Officer Thabumar.